Hi, and welcome to the next episode of the third episode of Juju's Locs. In this episode, I want to show you the process of putting the lock knots in. In my other episode, I showed you how I took them down after they had been in a while. So in this video, I want to show you how I put them in. I freshly washed and retwisted my hair, and I have oiled it. A lot of videos, they say not to use product, just use water to do your curls. That is very true when you're sitting under the dryer, when you don't have time to leave them in for a long time. But I have found, I actually like to put a little oil in when I know I'm gonna be able to leave them in a while, because the curl will still have time and to set and time to fully dry. That's the key to getting the curls to stay, making sure they have time to set and fully dry. So these are wet, they're still pretty damp. That's how you want them to be starting off. I've got my spray bottle with water here. If your hair is dry, make sure that you moisten it so that you can get the curl. It's kind of like setting rollers or setting whatever curl that you want to get. You kind of, in the past, I guess, you setting lotion with Locs. Water's all you need. Water is all you need. So I would recommend just using the water, keeping it moist, and then from there, going ahead and doing your lock knots. So I'm gonna show you my put in of the lock knots. Here's what my hair looks like freshly retwisted. I'm gonna start from the back, and when I get to the front, I will slow down and show you one in detail. Here goes.
I know what you're thinking. Wow, that was fast. It was like you blinked and I was more than halfway through. What had happened was the video camera overheated when I started the back, so I didn't get any video of that part, which is actually not a bad thing. While waiting for the camera to cool down, I got the chance to experiment a little bit. My locks are so long now that I had time to figure out how short to make the loop so I could still get all the lock completely and comfortably wrapped around and tucked in. My lock knots are much shorter than many lock knots you might have seen for hair this length. Also, they're a lot wider. People often mistake them for Bantu knots. These are not Bantus. They're just shorter lock knots. There is a difference. I do mine this way so I can get bigger curls, and so the curls start closer to the roots than traditional lock knots. So what is the difference, you might be wondering? Let me try and explain.
In a Bantu, you're kind of rolling the hair until it rolls on itself. And you keep on rolling. This lock is really long, so I'm not sure if I have enough space to do it tightly. I hope you can see the detail here. This is the more traditional Bantu. Kind of looks like what I've been doing. The difference is there's no loop at the bottom. I'm just gonna tuck in the end underneath the twist I've been making, as you can see here. I hope you can see here. Just tucking in the end like that. That is the traditional Bantu, where the hair is wrapped around itself with no loop. What I'm about to demonstrate now is a traditional lock knot, as I know it. Giving a little moisture. For the traditional lock knot, you give a longer loop and you twist from the bottom
leaving a small loop for the lock to fit in to hold it together. It's a longer lock knot than what I want to do, but traditionally when you say lock knots, I think this is what most people are referring to. There's other ways you can do them as well, but this is a pretty common lock knot, as has been demonstrated on a lot of places on YouTube. And you tuck in the bottom. This is where my original started, where I got the idea to tighten them up for tighter curls. The reason I don't prefer this method is because when you do it this way, you leave this length from here to here essentially straight or just sort of wavy, and then you get really tight curls starting from this point to the end of your lock. And as you can see for my locks, it would start to curl somewhere around here, and all this would be either straight or just kind of crinkly. And I'm going for more of a curly look at my roots, which is why I went tighter. So this is the traditional Bantu. This is a traditional lock knot. This is what I've been trying to do lately, and this is why I call them almost coils, because it's a much tighter lock knot, but there's still a loop and you're still tucking it in at the end. So I'm gonna demonstrate that for you now. This is the Juju's version of a lock knot. And this is just to get a tighter curl going closer to the roots. So this will be, hopefully at the end of this process, this will be a much tighter curl, not tighter curl, but a curl that goes all the way up to the roots instead of starting kind of midway. So all I'm doing is taking a loop about the size of my thumb, and I'm wrapping the lock loosely around that thumb-sized loop, allowing the hair that's already wrapped to push upwards as I bring in the rest of the lock around the loop. And when I get to the end, I'm simply tucking in the end of the lock. And there you go. This is the Juju's version of a lock knot, done solely for curls that go to the root. This is the traditional lock knot, and this is the this right here is the Bantu. I hope you can get a close-up and see. This is the Bantu. This is the traditional lock knot. And all of these are kind of Juju's version of the lock knot. Kind of almost like a Bantu, but still have the loop at the bottom that you can tuck the lock into, as opposed to just coiling it around and around. I'm probably actually gonna leave in the Bantu just to see how it looks and experiment. Hope it doesn't look too crazy. If it does, it's in the front. Maybe I'll pull it back to try and hide it. But this is my final result. I will spin around so you can see the whole thing. And this is what I'm gonna try to leave in this time for probably 3 to 5 days, maybe probably around 4, and take it down and show you the result. This is an experiment where I did them tighter than I did last time. Thumb-sized loop of lock, just wrapped gently around and then tucked in at the bottom. Thanks again for watching Juju's Loves. Love your likes, shares, and subscribes. Keep on supporting me. Love to hear from you. Comment. Let me know if you've tried this. Let me know how it's working for you. Let me know what you found. Any questions you have about my hair, how I did it, product, feel free to put those in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. Juju's Loves, Juju's Loves, Juju's Loves.